Hey everyone, it's Ray. I was wanting to talk a little bit today about, I guess it's talking about success. And I have a couple of ideas that I wanted to share regarding success. One of the things that I wanted to talk about is this idea that I have about goal setting. And this isn't for everyone. This is just, really kind of how I do it. But I have a hard time setting goals, especially regarding my body. For so long, I felt like people wanted me to be something that I wasn't, or something that I didn't feel like I could be, whether that was like thinner or more active, or just different. They wanted me to lose weight, and I felt like that was a really important thing, like to my family or just to society in general. Being myself wasn't good enough. And so one of the ways that I kind of rebelled against that, and maybe took ownership of my own body, was to just not be able to try. Like I had a block or something. It's kind of hard for me to talk about this because I don't know, it's hard to put into words, but it's something that's like really deeply ingrained in me, that there were times in my life when someone, like maybe a family member, really thought that I should lose weight, and they had every great intention for me, knowing that I'd be healthier, that it would be easier for me in the long run if I lost weight, just to be in society in general. And I would fight that with every bit of my being. And I don't know if that was like a way of me protecting myself, or a way of me being able to feel like I had some control over my body, even if it was to, to be heavier than what, I was supposed to be. But I don't know, somehow pushing against that need that other people had for me to be, a different size than I already was, pushing against them was what I needed to do. And so often in my life, I always felt, if I could just have people shut up for a little bit about what they thought that I needed to look like, if I could just have a long enough time. Hi, kitty. If I could just have a long enough time in my life free from other people telling me that I needed to change, then maybe I could change. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what was going on internally. That's what was going on with me. And so that was, kind of, because of that, I just felt like I couldn't set goals for myself. And if I did set a goal, if I, certainly there would be a part of me that felt like, yeah, I wanted to be thin. Yeah, I wanted to be one of the kids that could run laps, or, play this sport or that sport, or, I wanted to be able to fit in the cool clothes like all the other girls. But there's this voice inside of me that just said, you can't do it. And so why even try? And so now I'm on this journey where I'm saying, again, and this isn't the first time, that I want to lose weight. I want to be healthy. I want to eat well. And, a lot of the time when I'm eating or doing something, often I'm able to make really good choices. And then there comes the time when, I don't know, I just get sort of called in by the food boogie monster. I don't know what to call it. Just, make the choice, just sort of like go on automatic pilot, and I make the choice to eat something, and in the middle of eating it, I know I'm like going against what part of my heart's desire is, And there's like a part of me that just panics and pushes and starts to eat that thing and then eats too much of it. So some of that's changing. And I don't know what it was that changed it. I think that there are a couple of things. Some of it has been that over the last year, I've kind of played with, I played a little bit with eating raw foods. And like, certainly I haven't been even 50% raw, but I'll say about 50% of my meals have had more raw foods in them. And because of that, I've started having a really great appreciation for things like greens, which I didn't grow up eating greens, but now, probably 5 days out of the week, I have some kind of food that has a green in it. Now, it's not always raw. Sometimes it's cooked, but to me, that's, even a cooked green is better than no green at all. And some of the choices that I've been making in addition to that are really great. Like, I don't know, just like choosing vegetables over carbohydrates. I'm like eating less bread, which I can't believe that, some part of me would rather have some good vegetable instead of having pasta or instead of having rice, which, again, like, what's happening? I like it, but what's happening? And some of what is going on, I think, has to do with this like idea of intuitive eating. Now, I don't mean to say that I'm following the book 100%, because I'm not. In fact, I've just sort of skimmed the book. I haven't even read all of it. If you're wondering what book I'm talking about, let's see. It's Intuitive Eating by Evelyn Tribal and Alyssa Resch, I think. And but some of the things that go on in that book is that they talk about sort of letting go of the diet mentality. And for me, that means sort of being organic with my goals. It means giving myself permission to eat any kind of food that I want, even if that means choosing a dessert sometimes. And to really like slowing down, listening to my body, and trying to have peace when I eat. And, my husband and I cleared off the dining room table, and more often we've been sitting and having dinner there. And, that's really super cool for us because it makes us mindful. And during the time that we're eating, we're also kind of talking about things like, what did you have to eat this week? And what choices did you make that you really liked? And supporting each other in our journey towards better health. And that's kind of how we're doing it rather than setting goals. And so that's exciting. Now, the other part that I wanted to talk about as far as success goes is that I'm finding when I have some kind of success that it's a little bit difficult for me to take ownership of that. Part of it is that I think, like, is it going to go away? If I claim that I've lost some weight or some inches or, done this thing or that thing, does that mean... Sorry, my cat keeps bumping this. Shotzi, do you want to say hi? Who's that? That's Shotzi Kitty. So if I have some kind of success, then... am I going to put that 5 pounds that I may have lost, am I going to put that back on? Am I going to be able to consistently work out next week and the week after that and the month after that? So those are some of the things I'm having trouble owning. That said, today I'm owning the fact that over, the last couple of days, maybe since I started my first video, that I've lost 8 pounds. And I'm feeling real blessed about that. And, the weight may come on again, but for today, I'm seeing some really big changes in my life. I'm exercising, I'm losing weight, I'm making better choices, and I feel really proud of myself. So, I hope that you are having some great things going on in your life. I want to hear about it. Share it with me. Thanks.